Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. Another member of the opposition People's United Party has been brought up on criminal charges. This time it is the area representative for Orange Walk Central and a two-time Deputy Prime Minister John Briceño. The veteran politician was read charges of negligent harm, failure to report an accident, and driving without due care and attention. The charges stem from a report made by Christopher Hendricks that Briceño was driving a vehicle that ran over his foot late last month in Orange Walk. Briceño was offered and met bail and ordered to return to the magistrate's court on April 13th for the continuation of the case. Following his arraignment, Briceño traveled to San Ignacio to join his friend Daniel Silva on the campaign trail for the upcoming municipal elections. We caught up with Briceño in Santa Elena Town, and he told us that the charges are trumped up and will backfire on those who are pushing a political agenda.
It is obvious that you could see the handprints of the Deputy Prime Minister all over this. They are getting desperate. They know that in Orange Walk Town that they are going to lose the Orange Walk Town Council elections. They know that Kevin Bernard will be re-elected as mayor and that we're going to have 6 councillors of the PUP. And they believe that by creating a destruction of what's taking place in Orange Walk, by coming up against trumped-up charges against myself, that they believe that they can get some votes. But I could assure you that this is backfiring against them because everybody is seeing that the government is using their influence over the justice system to try to intimidate people. I think this is a message that they are sending to the Belizean people, stating that if you stand up against the UDP, if you stand up against them, that they are going to use every means necessary to be able to get you to shut up. But I want to make something abundantly clear, that I am not going to be intimidated by the Deputy Prime Minister, his driver, or the UDP. I'm going to stand up to continue to fight and represent the people of Orange Walk Central and the people of this country.
The case is now before the court, so we can't go into details about it, but I need to ask, did at any time you come in contact with Mr. Vega's driver that sparked this whole incident?
No, I met with him, yes I did, but there was no instance, and I want to repeat again, there was no instance when my vehicle, as he alleges, ran over his foot. I spoke to him, and not at any time did he said something happened to him. And then after that, I went and I sat at the ceremonies for the highway that was being inaugurated between Yo Creek and Trinidad. So he was there all the time, and not once did he come to me or did he go and report to the police. It is only afterwards. Obviously, these are trumped up charges that they want to use politically to try to scare me and to try to scare the Belizean people. If the police are so concerned about justice in this country, and I have great respect and admiration for the police, but obviously they are answering to their political masters. But if they were so concerned about justice in this country, why is it that Christopher Hendricks, the driver of the Deputy Prime Minister, was never charged and taken to court when his vehicle was driven by a minor who ran over a child 2 years and 9 months? That child, that happened Holy Thursday of 2014. That child is still in bed. And to this day, Christopher Hendricks was never taken to the courts for something that happened with his vehicle. That is what the police are supposed to be doing instead of wasting time, wasting taxpayers' dollars in trying to bring up trumped charges against myself just because I'm a PUP.
Briceño maintains his innocence and vows to fight the charges. He is being represented by attorney David Morales. Police today charged 3 people in connection with the murder of Orange Walk resident Sonia Abak. Abak's body was found on a farm not far from where the body of Ramon Cervantes Sr. was found in July of last year. She had been reported missing earlier in 2014. Today, formal charges of murder were brought against Noe Daniel Avila and Angel Antonio Cardenas. The same murder charge in the case of 46-year-old Sonia Abak has also been brought against Manuel Castillo in absentia. Police say Castillo is the ringleader of the group that carried out the kidnapping and murder of Ramon Cervantes Sr. and the murder of Sonia Abak. He remains a fugitive from justice. On Tuesday, the area representative for Orange Walk East, Dr. Marco Tulio Mendez, was arraigned on 6 counts of aggravated assault of an indecent nature and common assault in connection with alleged incidents dating back to 2005. He is out on bail and is due to return to court on April 13th, the same date as John Briceño, who, as we told you at the top of the newscast, was arraigned today on traffic-related charges. Today, Briceño said he sympathizes with Dr. Marco Tulio Mendez and his family.
I would like to state that Marco Tulio Mendez is my friend. He is a fellow colleague, and that my heart goes out to him, to the children, and to his family. This family, and this is what we're forgetting, that it is a family that is involved in whatever it is that is taking place. It is a family that is suffering. I remember his wife going on television last week, appealing to the Belizean people, forget the politics about it. This is a family. They are trying to work their way through a difficult period. And I think we need to respect that. And I believe that what we should be doing is praying for Dr. Mendez, praying for the children, praying for the entire Mendez family, and that hopefully they can someday be able to heal and to find a way how they can move forward as a family.
The government has called for Dr. Mendez to resign. Do you support that call?
Of course not. Dr. Mendez was elected by the people of Orange Walk East to represent them until they call the next general elections. What I do support is that if the Prime Minister believes that he continues to maintain the support of the people, of the Belizean people, then let him call the general elections. He calls the general elections, we're going to fight them. We're going to fight them from Corozal all the way to Toledo, right here in the Callao district, right here in Santa Elena and San Ignacio, and we're going to fight them every step of the way. And I could assure you that when the votes are counted after the general elections, we are going to have a government being led by the People's United Party.
Dr. Marco Tulio Mendez remains as the area representative for Orange Walk East. He will not seek re-election and has been removed as the chairman of the Northern Caucus of the People's United Party. The PUP has also suspended Dr. Marco Tulio Mendez indefinitely from all other duties, responsibilities, and activities of the party. There was a fatal road traffic accident this afternoon in Spanish Lookout. Details are not yet fully available, but we can tell you that the victim has been identified as Joshua Garrido. We will have more on this story on our website later tonight and in tomorrow's newscast. You are watching the 9 o'clock news. Coming up after the break, PUP mayoral candidate Ramon Quiroz says San Ignacio Santa Elena is ready for a change. We'll be right back.
We all have our bucket list and plan to start fulfilling them someday.
Anytime now. Don't worry, babe. You can do it.
Go, Mom! You can do this!
Why not turn someday into today with an easy credit personal loan? Atlantic Bank can make it happen. We offer loans at competitive interest rates with low monthly payments for all your financing needs, because life should be easy.
How was it, Mom? It was good.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Precision handling, high performance braking, smooth and comfortable ride. Tame the road. Hankook tires.
Me neither.
Are you enjoying this game or what?
I'm loving every minute of it.
I can't miss this game, but I can't see it either.
Here, now you can. The game's on me.
Now, wherever there's internet, you don't have to miss a single minute of TV. And the best part of MyTV is it costs as little as $10 monthly for Central TV and Internet's customers. With 25 channels at your fingertips, you'll always be tuned in. MyTV is available only at Central TV and Internet. Log on and discover a new world of mobile TV.
Hey, do you happen to have a beer?
When I exercise, I do only the most rigorous and complex techniques to challenge my body and keep it at its best. When I am building my body strength, I go for the heavy weights to keep my muscles challenged. When I prepare my meals, I make sure everything is fresh and tap into all my food groups. When I need internet service, I use Smart Zoom service to ensure reliability and speed. I am Rigo Veos, two-time Mr. Belize. I use only the best. I choose smart, and so should you.
Somebody say, live me like it. Live me like it. Somebody say, live me like it. Somebody say, live me like it. Live me like it. Live me like it.
The police department's Do the Right Thing initiative was started in 2011 through the Community Policing Unit as a means of reaching young people starved for role models in society. 4 years later, the program is still going strong and finding young people who have turned their lives around and gone to the straight path. Today's ceremony at Excelsior High School was a few months overdue, but student Justin Marin got his moment in the spotlight as monthly winner of the program in Precinct 1 in September of 2014. He was engulfed in the gang lifestyle and had already been expelled from one high school, but a fortuitous meeting on a basketball court changed his life forever. He told his story today.
While playing, a conversation came up about life and what was our expectation for our future. Malcolm had a high expectation of his future. I, on the other hand, had none. I told Malcolm Nunes about my past and how I had been expelled from Nazarene High School and was involved in gang activities and had been out of school for more than a year. He then looked at me with an angry expression on his face. He told me there was only two places for gang members, in jail or the cemetery. He told me that his father, Mr. Marshall Nunes, was on the chairman board of Excelsior High School and that he could get me into school if I was interested. I realized what Malcolm was saying was true, so I took him up on his offer and he took me to talk to his dad. After a long conversation with Mr. Marshall, I went home and told my mom I was going back to school. I came to Excelsior High School and realized I was given a second chance to get an education. So I determined in my mind that I would do well in school.
Marin now says he ranks in the top 5 in his classes and is motivated to do well in school to avoid falling back into the trap of gangs and the relevant culture. He received a Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 sponsored by the Port of Belize Limited and a Do the Right Thing t-shirt from the police department. The monthly winners in each precinct and countrywide at all police formations qualify for the national competition held in the middle of the year. Nomination day is set for next Wednesday, February 11th, and Belizeans will go to the polls on March 4th to elect new city and town councils. The campaign is in full swing by both major mass parties and some smaller political groups and individuals seeking election to public office. Today, we caught up with the mayoral candidate for the People's United Party, Ramon Quiroz, who says the residents of San Ignacio and Santa Elena are ready for a change of administration.
We are very happy. We have the team in place working in Santa Elena. We're 3/4 way going. We have a couple more days to finish with the Santa Elena area. We then will be over in San Ignacio, which we have done an extensive work as well with the standard bearers over there. Mr. Dan Silva has an excellent team leading this campaign. They have assisted us all throughout these couple of weeks that we have been on the ground. And the positive response we get from the residents in Santa Elena is that they are ready for a change. And the change begins now on the 4th of March.
Why should the people of the Twin Towns give you a chance as opposed to Mr. Trapp, who has been in there serving, albeit not as mayor?
Well, my friend, I can say that this man has been there for 12 years. He has no excuse of not having any infrastructure in place, the proper infrastructure. He has no excuse for that. He has been there for 12 years. His time has run up. So my friends, I can tell you, they could not have taken nobody else to run for the mayoral seat in their case because they had none. They had to pull him from that councillor position, which he has been for 12 years, incompetent. The people of Santa Elena and San Ignacio have seen that, and that is why they're willing to give us that chance. Myself and the 6 councillor candidates.
Quiroz says he and his team are getting some good feedback from the people they have met and spoken with so far.
My friend, they speak about unemployment. That is the basic issue. The infrastructure that is in place is very poor. But unemployment is the biggest one. Majority of them have children that have already graduated from high school and from sixth form and what have you, but they have no employment. And they're saying, what are the sense we go through all the investment in doing those loans and paying for our children's education, and now we can't get a job for them. Instead of our children moving out, they're moving in. That has never happened in Belize before, Patrick, and I can say that with having us elected, the change begins then. Because after, we will go again and re-elect Mr. Dan here in Cayo Central, and then we will change this government, and we will bring back the economic stability this country needs.
Nomination day is next Wednesday. Quiroz is getting help on the campaign trail from the PUP's standard bearer for Cayo Central, Daniel Silva. And today, they got a boost from Orange Walk Central representative John Briceño.
My friend Monchi and Dan had invited me to join the team, the PUP team, campaigning here in Santa Elena today, to walk with them and to ask for the people to the support. We have a great team. Everybody knows Monchi. Monchi is qualified. Monchi has the ability. Monchi has, as we'd say in Spanish, the ganas to serve the people of the Twin Towns of Santa Elena and San Ignacio. And that's why I'm here to show my support to them, and to ask the people of Santa Elena and San Ignacio that on March 4th, they have but one choice. The UDP has been managing this town since 2003, and they have failed every step of the way. Presently, we see a lot of things being done, and they're doing it very quickly. They are cheating on the money. They are doing bad work. They are bad spending the money of taxpayers' money, because at the end of the day, it is not the UDP that's going to be paying for all of that bad work that they're doing. All of us are going to be paying. As I mentioned in the National Assembly, for instance, when they built that fancy sport building, instead of them building utility, a good, solid sporting facility, they put a lot of fanciness, spent over $900 $1,000, and then they forgot to put it bleachers. You know, they put the bleachers outside of it. How foolish can you be? So I think that the people of Santa Elena and San Ignacio need to be looking at this. How the UDP is bad spending their money. They are quickly doing it just to curry their favor, just to get their votes. I am appealing to the people of San Ignacio and Santa Elena that on March 4th, they have but one choice, and that choice is to vote for Monchi Quiros and the other 6 councillor candidates of the People's United Party.
On nomination day, the PUP is planning a parade from Santa Elena to the administration building on Wednesday morning, to be followed by a sporting event at a park in San Ignacio town. We will check with the UDP campaign in the days ahead. 19-year-old Malik Stewart pleaded not guilty to charges of possession of unlicensed firearm and ammunition, for which he was rearrested this week. The original charges were dismissed, but police elected to bring them back. Stewart was seen by police on April 23, 2014, handing over a 9mm pistol to 54-year-old auto mechanic Edward Westby. That should be Edward Westby, shortly after Patrick Bevans was killed on Jane Usher Boulevard. Police, responding to the murder, had pursued Stewart in the area when they saw the exchange take place. The gun is Westby's licensed firearm. Similar to Stewart, he faced charges of abetment to carry a firearm and ammunition, which were dismissed and recently brought back. Stewart was remanded by Magistrate Hetty Mae Stewart until April 2, 2015. Police have brought charges against 25-year-old Emmanuel Willoughby, accused of escape from lawful custody. As we have reported previously, Willoughby escaped from the Belize Central Prison at Hattieville last December and had been on the run until his capture on Lacroix Boulevard last week. He was serving a 5-year prison sentence for firearm offenses. Willoughby is accused of cutting a hole in the door of his cell and breaking out of jail. Willoughby pleaded not guilty before Magistrate Hetty Mae Stewart, and his case was adjourned until April 20th. Police apprehended Willoughby last week after receiving information that he was in an abandoned house on Arlington Drive in Belize City, but not before shooting him in his arm and leg after claims that he resisted arrest and possession of what appeared to be a weapon. Willoughby was in treatment at the Carl Houston Memorial Hospital and was brought to court today after discharge from the facility. Willoughby will also face a charge of robbery in relation to an incident on Buena Vista Street in San Ignacio town. The owner of a store reported to the police that while he was opening his store, a man entered and held him up at gunpoint and demanded money. The owner of the store complied, and her husband, who was upstairs, heard the commotion. He came downstairs with his licensed firearm and fired several shots at the perpetrator, who fled the scene. But the police were nearby, and when they heard the gunshots, they pursued the gunman as he ran out of the back of the store. Belmopan police are investigating a report that a 7-year-old girl was attacked, robbed, and raped earlier this week. The incident, as reported by the child, happened after 6 o'clock on Monday night. The girl, accompanied by her mother, went to the Belmopan police station to report the crime. She told the police that she was on her way to a nearby store to purchase an exercise book when a man of dark complexion whom she knows grabbed her from behind, covered her mouth, and took away her money. The girl said that the man also sexually assaulted her. Police investigations continue. The news on the national channel.
Precision handling. High performance braking. Smooth and comfortable ride. Tame the road. Hankook Tires.
My dad never misses a football match.
Me neither.
Are you enjoying this game or what?
I'm loving every minute of it.
I can't miss this game, but I can't see it either.
Here, now you can. The game's on me.
Now, wherever there's internet, you don't have to miss a single minute of TV. And the best part of MyTV is it costs as little as $10 monthly for Central TV and Internet's customers. With 25 channels at your fingertips, you'll always be tuned in. MyTV is available only at Central TV and Internet. Log on and discover a new world of mobile TV.
Hey, do you happen to have a beer?
We all have our bucket list and plan to start fulfilling them someday.
Anytime now. Don't worry, babe. You can do it.
Go, Mom, you can do this!
Why not turn someday into today with an easy credit personal loan? Atlantic Bank can make it happen. We offer loans at competitive interest rates with low monthly payments for all your financing needs. Because life should be easy.
How was it, Mom? It was good.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
When I exercise, I do only the most rigorous and complex techniques to challenge my body and keep it at its best. When I am building my body strength, I go for the heavy weights to keep my muscles challenged. When I prepare my meals, I make sure everything is fresh and tap into all my food groups. When I need internet service, I use Smart Zoom service to ensure reliability and speed. I am Rigo Veos, two-time Mr. Belize. I use only the best. I choose smart, and so should you.
Somebody say, live me like this. Live me like this. Somebody say, live me like this. Somebody say, live me like this. Live me like this. Live me like this.
To end the news, a reminder of the main points again. Orange Walk Central Area Representative is arraigned on traffic-related charges. A man was killed in a traffic accident this afternoon in Spanish Lookout, and a recognition ceremony was held today for the Do the Right Thing initiative. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Our news lines remain open at all times, and you can visit our website for continuing coverage of the latest news from across the country. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good night.